So good evening everybody, welcome back to another Mass Effect 2 live stream. Going to be continuing on from yesterday's very long session where we did a bunch of missions. Did Zaid's loyalty mission, we recruited the warlord, we recruited the convict, we found Liara to Sony and we did her mission and now she's the shadow broker. So all is very good there. We've recruited Thane. We do need to go and get what's his face? Samara next is the next thing, so we will be heading back down to the planet, I'm quite sure. But I also had the message from Kelly that there's a whole bunch of squad mates and crew members that want to talk to me. I'll start with Miranda.
Thanks again, Shepard. Taking the time to help me with my sister. I couldn't have reached Oriana in time without your help. And you proved yourself trustworthy. Unlike Niket, I'm glad I got to take him out myself.
Are you happy about your sister's relocation?
She has what I wanted her to have. A normal life, and the freedom to choose her own path. And she knows she has an older sister. A friend.
Are you gonna talk to her again?
I honestly don't know. For once, I haven't planned that far ahead. I'll deal with it after our mission. I have to stay focused, and she needs time to adjust to her new home.
You never told me what you talked about.
I introduced myself. Her family was shocked. She adjusted quickly, of course. She's as smart as I am. She plays the violin, loves the Adagio movement of Nielsen's Fifth, just like I do. She wants to work in colony development. Told a joke about it. She's really funny, something we don't share.
It's funny, I think of you as all business. Good to see that there's a person under there.
The mission's too important to let personal feelings interfere. But thank you, Commander. My sister is safe again thanks in large part to you. I won't forget that.
Yay! Yeah, we rescued
Weren't you originally stationed on Horizon?
Thingamajiggy's
Yes.
sister, Miranda's
If I hadn't joined
sister.
Cerberus, I'd be abducted by the
We helped
collectors
her
right now.
avoid being
Yeah, they couldn't take that. They creeped the hell out of me.
So what's all Garrus?
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I've got something. I may need your help. You remember Sidonus, the one who betrayed my team? I found a lead on him. There's a specialist on the Citadel, name's Fade. He's an expert at helping people disappear. Sidonus was seen with him.
What happened? How did Sidonus betray your team?
He tipped off the mercs, told them where our base was. He drew me out with a false job, then let the mercs hit my team. My men weren't prepared. They tried to hold them off. By the time I got back, there were only 2 survivors. They didn't last long. All 10 of them dead. Because of him.
What are you planning to do when you find him?
You humans have a saying. An eye for an eye,
Kill
a
him.
life for a life. He owes me 10 lives, and I plan to collect.
You sure that's how you want to play it?
I'm sure. I don't need you to agree with me, but I'd like your help.
Where do we find Fade?
I've arranged a meeting. We'll meet him in a warehouse near the Neon Markets down on Zakera Ward. Thanks, Shepard. I appreciate you taking the time to help me.
So we are going to be stacking up a whole load of the loyalty missions for the game. Where's Thane? Heal scars, cosmetic surgery. We definitely do not want to heal our scars. Because you know what? I'm really liking my face being my face. Thane's going to be in life support, is he?
Do you need something?
You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all.
We need to have the best equipment possible to take on the collectors. You have any leads I could chase down?
My old contact network often located rare equipment for me. Would you like me to get in touch with them?
Let's see what they've got.
What have we got? More pros, baby.
Do you need something?
You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all.
The Drell live on the Hanar homeworld, don't they?
Yes. I know many think the Han are difficult to understand. It's just that they're very formal with those they don't know. We know them quite well. If you ever get close enough to a Hanar that they tell you their soul name, you would find them warm.
I thought that Hanar only let very close friends know their soul name.
Most of my commissions were for Hanar. I grew close to my regular contacts. Soul names tend to be poetic. A Hanar known for its cynicism might take a name that means illuminates the folly of the dancers.
Hanar talk using bioluminescence. That's more of an obstacle than their politeness.
True. Many Drell have had their eyes genetically modified to perceive their higher frequency flashes. I had the treatment. I can't tell the difference between a dark red and black, but I can see ultraviolet light as a silver color.
When you pray for the wicked, who exactly are you praying to?
That depends on the circumstance. To find my target, I speak with them on Kira, Lord of Hunters. When I act to defend another, Arashu, goddess of motherhood and protection. And when I have taken my target, I speak with Kalahira, goddess of oceans and the afterlife.
Oceans and afterlife don't seem to have much in common.
Consider, the ocean is full of life, yet it is not life as you and I know it. To survive there, we must release our hold on land, accept a new way to live. So it is with the death. The soul must accept its departure from the body. If it can't, it will be lost.
I didn't know that Drell had many gods.
It's one of our older beliefs. Many embrace the Hanar and Kindlers now, or the Asari philosophies. The old ways are dying. There are so many ways to interpret one's place in the universe. Who needs the wisdom of our ancestors? The younger generations don't believe they can help us fathom genetic engineering, orbital strikes, or alien races.
We need to have the best equipment possible to take on the collectors. You have any leads I could chase down?
I've already upgraded the Normandy's exploration probes. I have no additional suggestions.
I should go.
I shall return to my meditations.
You return to your meditations. Right. I guess we go to engineering now then. Because Grunt's kicking off in one area of the ship. I think Jack's not happy either. So we'll talk to Jack first. See what's her issues.
I got thoughts like little bugs crawling in and out of my head. I can't stop them. You know I have a history with Cerberus. You know how far back it goes?
I'll listen to anything you have to say, Jack.
Your pal, the elusive man? Never seen him before, but Cerberus raised me. First thing I remember is my cell door in a Cerberus base. They did experiments, drugged me, tortured me. Whatever chance I had to be normal, they stole it by trying to turn me into some superbiotic. The doctors, the other kids, every one of them hated me. They let me suffer.
What did they hope to gain by torturing a little girl?
It was something about pain breaking down mental barriers and how it might clear the way for a more biotic power. I'm sure there was a payoff due at some point, but I wasn't gonna see it. I was wired up in a cell.
They tortured you just to see if they could make a strong biotic? That's it?
Wasn't in a position to ask, Shepard. All I know is a little girl crying in a cell, begging for the pain to stop.
You love the power they gave you.
They never gave me a choice.
How did you get out of there?
There was some kind of emergency, and I made a break for it. The other kids came out of their cells and attacked me. So did the guards. I just killed everything in my way and ran. Guess my biotics had developed faster than they thought. I managed to get a shuttle off the ground. Drifted until a freighter picked me up. The crew used me, then sold me. That's my uplifting escape story.
There were other children in the base?
I didn't know much about them. I was kept separate. They hated me just like everyone else there. When I broke out, I had to fight through them all. I showed them, but there's a loose end I need to deal with.
You're absolutely certain that Cerberus was running the facility?
I was a kid, but I wasn't dumb. I know how to listen. It was Cerberus. Don't care how far down the chain it was. They thought they were so clever. Turns out, mess with someone's head enough and you can turn a scared kid into an all-powerful bitch. Fucking idiots.
I'm gonna talk to the elusive man, and he'd better have some answers.
He'll just deny everything. That's not what I'm after anyway. I found the coordinates in your files. I want to go to the Telton facility on Pragia where they tortured and drugged me. I want to go to the center of the place, my cell. I want to deploy a big fucking bomb, and I want to watch from orbit when it goes.
Okay.
You've lived with this your whole life. Why do this now?
Like I said, I
She's
found
a
the
little bit
coordinates in your
angry.
files.
A
You
little
can't
bit
expect me
angry
to
and
just sit
upset.
on information like that.
Attacking our allies is gonna derail our mission. Not a smart move.
The files say it was shut down after my escape. It's been abandoned for years. They going to care if I blow up a garbage dump?
I'll set a course for Pragia.
I owe you, Shepard.
Wow. 4 Paragon points. Crap. Keep picking up these Paragon points, don't I? Well, let's go talk to Grunty Boy. Let's find him. Is he in this one? Yeah, he's in the port side. What's your problem, Grunt?
Chambers said you're tearing up the place. Something wrong?
Something is wrong, Shepard. I feel wrong. Tense. I just want to kill something. With my hands. More so than usual. Like it's not my choice. Like I just want to... I don't know.
Calm down.
Why do that? What's wrong?
I will not tolerate outbursts on my ship. Get a hold of yourself.
I'm trying. When we're moving, fighting, there's no problem. But here, my blood makes noise. It's screaming. I've got no past to lead me. The tank gave nothing about itching plates and losing control.
EDI, anything in your files about Krogan diseases that could cause this?
Cerberus has a number of autopsies on file, but nothing on a living Krogan of this age and situation. Krogan are reluctant to share medical records.
My people were defeated by doctors and labs. They will never let stuff like that leave the homeworld to Chunka.
Okay, so we're going
Joker
to
can get us to the
Chunka.
Krogan homeworld. I need everyone at their best.
Thank you, Shepard. I don't like this. Fury is my choice, not a sickness.
I also need to speak to Mordin. Bum, 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 bum.
Commander, Morden requests to see you.
I figured he would. Oh, by the way, let me do the... Oh, wrong button. Field of view. F6. I don't like being up Shepard's ass. Have we got any more updates? Not really.
Shepard, important news. Know you're busy. Have to deal with the collectors. Planning attack. Too important to wait. Just receiving data. Still processing, analyzing likely scenarios. Not sure how to begin. Too much intel. You remember our talk? My work on genophage modification?
You stopped the Krogan adaptation to the genophage.
Part of a team. Scientists, all different types. Blood Pack mercenaries captured former team member. Malin, last seen on Tuchanka, might torture him, make an example. Recovering Malin would be a personal favor to me.
Do you think they found out your team updated the genophage?
Unclear. No way to determine until we get to Tuchanka.
We'll go to Tuchanka and see if we can find your team member.
Appreciate it. My assistant, my student, want to see him safe. Malin last seen outside Erdnot territory. Scouts might have seen Bloodpack. Talk to them or clan chief. Still need to get to Tuchanka, Shepard. My student's being held by Bloodpack.
I'll talk to you later, Morton.
We'll be here
So I
if you
can't
need.
have any conversations with them once the loyalty mission has started. Until we've completed it, we can't have any conversations with anybody. So we need to get these missions done fairly promptly. But I've still got to go and recruit Samara.
Probe away.
By the way, we've got a new mod today, folks, that lets you scan, harvest an entire planet with one probe. It makes planet scanning a lot easier, folks.
Launching probe.
That makes life a lot quicker.
Probe away. Probe away. Probe away.
So much easier. But what planet haven't I scanned then? Did I not scan that one?
Launching probe.
Mass relay. See, look, loads of new places have popped up. But we're going back here. So, well, we haven't scanned any of the planets in the system.
Probe away.
That's one planet down. No anomalies detected.
Probe launched.
No anomalies detected.
Probe launched.
No anomalies detected.
I have detected an anomaly.
The Vortex are hungry for battle. We're just waiting on the weapons.
Launching probe. I have found something.
We'll take the misfit, shall we? Primal Adept or Primal Vanguard? Well, that'll be a Vanguard, shall we? Shepard's got weapons. I'll give her an X8 assault rifle.
The fog on the planet's surface is interfering with your navigation. The nearby beacon towers may serve as a navigational contingency.
What happened here? Toxic atmosphere. Stings a bit.
A hard time seeing.
Trouble incoming!
Okay. Giant spider things. Got some platinum there. Excellent work there from Jack.
It's about to get fun.
Oh, I see you. Good evening, Mr. Helge. Hello, sir. Alright, let's head up here, see what we can find.
What the hell were they doing here?
Well, they were mining for stuff, apparently. But they uncovered some bugs by the looks of it.
Looks like we just missed a good fight.
Yeah, we've missed something. Oh, there's supposed to be a load of Vorcha and Krogan on here. We'll take some raw materials. But to be honest, I've pretty much got loads of materials now. The planet scanning is obviously going a lot better.
You're up.
Oh, we've got creepies. Okay, they don't like being biotic. And they breathe fire. Okay. Fire-breathing spider things. Garm was the Krogan we defeated back on Omega. I don't see how we could be fighting Garm. Because he's dead. Let's just double back quick because I want to check out the building. Come on, Jack. Looks like the only thing I missed was some raw materials. That wouldn't have been a terrible loss if I'd not picked that up. As I say, I've got plenty of materials. I should be able to do, once I unlock all the upgrades, I should just be able to smash them all out very quickly. Because I've got plenty of materials. I just need to find the blueprints so I can do all my upgrades. Normally these anomaly missions aren't this long. Are you mining out there or standing around waiting for those vulture to get smarter? Was there a path this way? There was a path this way.
Time to fight!
That was those were vulture. Okay. Still not encountered any Krogans yet though. I thought this was supposed to be like Krogan planet. Okay, there's the Krogan.
I've lost shields.
And I'm dead. I lost shields and I died.
Come out and fight! Hostile!
You like a toy!
Go get him, Grim. Go get him, Jack.
Nothing can stop me!
Bypass. And then we'll do that one. There we go. Quick little mission. Right, one more planet quickly to scan.
Probe away.
Depleted. I love being able to harvest all the materials on a planet now with one probe. It's going to be such a time saver.
Probe launched.
Probe launched. Planet depleted.
Probe launched.
Planet depleted.
Probe away. Fuel at 1/2 capacity.
Yeah, best go get some more fuel. Probes probably will never ever need them, because I severely doubt there's 100 planets for me to scan.
Launching probe. Probe launched.
We haven't yet found any more anomalies, apart from that
Probe
one.
launched. Anomaly detected.
Anomaly detected, just as I say
All
that.
units report to ready stations for possible
Probe away.
anti-invasion.
Something on our sensors.
Mercenary activity detected inside a mining facility on the planet's surface. Okay. Keeping my eye on these two, which is why I'm taking them with me. I don't really want to leave them on the ship when I'm not on it, because Grunt's having his issues and Jack's a bit... well, Jack. Do I really need to say any more than Jack is just Jack? Shipping log. Okay. Might encounter pirates then. Oh, clips.
Yeah, right on your ass.
It has a bit of a warp as well. Space magic for the win. Space magic for the win. Some refined palladium. This must be how the new Elite Dangerous feels now. Now you've got on foot in Elite Dangerous. This game in Elite Dangerous must be very similar. I've not had a chance to play the new update for Elite Dangerous yet, but I'm guessing this is how it should be. Running around on planets. Helgi's not played Odyssey. I'm surprised. I thought you'd have been right up in that. Oh, hello. There's a bad guy right down there. Right, what have we got power-wise? Let's see. You can do shockwave. You can do a concussive shot to that guy down there.
Yeah, right on your ass.
One down.
One more.
Looks like there's a rocket trooper. You've played some Horizon with your second account.
Moving to cover. Taking him.
Dudes, you're supposed to give me backup, people. I am your commander. You're supposed to protect me. You know? Show me the love.
I'll put them down.
Grabbing cover.
Yeah, right on your ass.
Go on, Grunt. You go get him, Grunt. I'm gonna have a quick run round. Just to make sure there's no loot that we've missed.
Worthless.
Here, catch!
Burn and
Oh,
die.
fucking barriers get in the way of my biotics every time. Yeah, have a bit of
I'll put them down.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I don't dive into cover quick enough. I don't.
Need some cover.
On the ground, now!
Deploying warfield!
Worthless.
Launch into space.
Weakling. Yeah, right on your ass.
Oh, there's some over there.
Engaging hostiles!
Oh, you're back, are you?
Impact shot.
Did you get them, Grunt? No, you didn't. See? I can hit you with singularity too. Oh, here come the bad guys.
out, now!
Where's little Miss Eclipse Vanguard gone? Ooh, power cells are nice. Well, power cells are nice if you have heavy weapons. We don't have any heavy weapons. We're not rocking heavy weapons currently. Bridge control would be very useful. Got some palladium. Apparently the mission is over. Is it? Okay, yeah. It's an anomaly. They're fairly short and sweet. They're fairly short and sweet missions. If you can find one of them.
Wishes to speak to you in a debriefing room.
The elusive man wishes to speak to me. Does he really?
Patching the elusive man through, Commander.
What does this guy want now?
Shepard, we caught a break. I intercepted a distress call from a Turian patrol. They stumbled onto a collector ship beyond the Corliss system. The Turians were wiped out, but not before they crippled the collector vessel. I need you to board that ship and get some hard data on the collectors. Find us a way to get to their homeworld.
Hard to imagine how a Turian patrol could take out a collector ship.
Reports indicate the hull's intact, but all systems seem to be offline. They could be making repairs as we speak. I'm not saying it won't be dangerous, but we can't let an opportunity like this slip by.
If they had a patrol out there, why aren't the Turians sending a recon team in?
They will, eventually. But I intercepted the transmissions. In the meantime, we're feeding them false reports. You're close enough that you can be in and out before the Turians learn the truth.
Are you sure this information is good?
Information is my weapon, Shepard. It's good.
Send me the coordinates and I'll take care of it.
Already sent. Once you're aboard the ship, establish an uplink with Edie. She'll mine their data for information regarding the Omega-4 relay. Good luck, Shepard.
Right.
Coordinates punched in. Let's go find us a collector ship.
No, Joker. No. No. Oh, why are you doing this to me? I didn't want to do this. I'm confused.
We have a visual on the collector ship, Commander.
Very low emissions. Passive infrared temperatures suggest most systems are offline. Thrusters are cold.
That thing is massive. How the hell did the Turians take it out?
Don't think they did.
LADAR scans do not detect any hull breaches on the side facing us. I detect no Mass Effect field distortions. It appears the drive core is offline.
Rendezvous in 30 seconds, Commander. Good luck.
I think they're trying to trick us. I think the collectors are trying to trick us. Is this where we end up losing all the crew? We return to the ship to find everybody's been kidnapped by collectors who raided the ship while we were on this little battle thing.
I love what they've done with the place.
Looks like a giant insect hive.
Penetrating scans have detected an access node to uplink with collector databanks. Marking location to your hardsuit computer.
Don't think we really want to be connecting anything to collector databanks. If we can help it. What weapons has everybody got? No, come on. Everybody,
switch up.
You got it.
Assault rifles, please.
Shepard, I've compared the ship's EM signature to known collector profiles. It is the vessel you encountered on Horizon.
Maybe the defense towers softened it for the Turians.
The missing colonists might be aboard, if they're still alive.
These are the same containers the collectors used on Horizon. Only these are empty.
Horrible. Trapped in these pods, completely at the mercy of the collectors.
If I remember rightly, they liquefy the colonists. They liquefy them.
This looks bad.
And then they're
Why
using
would the
them.
collectors just leave a pile of bodies lying around?
Must have been used for testing. I'd say these subjects didn't pass.
They're dead. Nothing we can do. Keep moving.
Heartless Shepard. Still in existence. They're dead. There's nothing we can do. Move along. Ooh, got some credits. Problem is, I'm getting all these credits, but I'm not finding a great deal to spend my money on.
That's a collector. Were they experimenting on one of their own?
Edie, I'm uploading the data from this terminal. See if you can figure out what they were up to.
Data received. Analyzing. The collectors were running baseline genetic comparisons between their species and humanity.
Are they looking for similarities?
I have no hypothesis on their motivations. All I have are the preliminary results. They reveal something remarkable. A quad-strand genetic structure identical to traces collected from ancient ruins. Only one race is known to have this structure, the Protheans.
My God. The Protheans didn't vanish. They're just working for the Reapers now.
These are no longer Prothean, Shepard. Their genes show distinct signs of extensive genetic rewrite. The Reapers have repurposed them to suit their needs.
You'd think somebody would have picked up on this.
No one has had an opportunity to study a collector genetic code in this detail. I've already matched 2,000 alleles to recorded fragments. This collector likely descends from a Prothean colony in the Styx Theta cluster. But there are signs of extreme alteration. 3 fewer chromosomes. Reduced heterochromatin structure. Elimination of superfluous junk sequences.
I wouldn't want to live as some kind of mutated slave. Killing a collector is probably doing it a favor. Whatever they used to be, the collectors work for the Reapers now. And we still have to stop them.
They're not doing to us what they did to the Protheans.
Let's find what we need before the collectors come to salvage this vessel. Move out.
What do I want? Advanced weapon training. Revenant machine gun. There was a thing somewhere. Yeah, choose loadout. I could change all my weapons. We'll see. We'll stick with the new assault rifle then. And we'll see what it gives us.
Look on the ceiling. More of those strange pods.
There must be hundreds of them. How many do you think are full?
Too many.
I detect no signs of life in the pod, Shepard. It is probable the victims inside died when the ship lost primary power.
Or they've already been liquefied. $15,000 credits. Credits aren't all that useful. Like I say, I haven't found that many shops yet. So
we can use this.
Commander, you gotta hear this. On a hunch, I asked Edie to run an analysis on this ship.
I compared the EM profile against data recorded by the original Normandy 2 years ago. They are an exact match.
The same ship dogging me for 2 years? Way beyond coincidence.
Something doesn't add up, Commander. Watch your back.
yeah, I think they're playing possum, I think is the term. They're playing possum to try and capture me. That's what they're doing. And I'm just running straight into their trap.
This is unbelievable.
They could take every human in the Terminus systems and not have enough to fill these pods.
They're going to target Earth.
Not if we stop them.
This is some big ship. You think, I mean, with the layout and everything, you think you're running around on a planet? We're not running around on a planet, we're running around inside a ship. This is some big ship.
There, on the platform. Looks like some kind of control panel.
Where are the bodies of the collector crew? Careful, Shepard. Something doesn't feel right about this.
Yeah, it's a trap, Miranda. You might want to call Chuck and Casey to back us up.
Edie,
at
I'm
this
setting up a
point.
bridge between you and the collector ship. See if you can get
Go
anything
get
useful
Chuck
from
and
the
Casey,
database.
Miranda. We're going to need the intersect.
Data mine in progress, Shepard.
That can't be good.
What the hell just happened?
Major power surge. Everything went dark, but we're back up now.
I managed to divert the majority of the overload to non-critical systems. Shepard, it was not a malfunction. This was a trap.
Uh-oh.
We need a little help here, Edie.
I am having trouble maintaining connection. There's someone else in the system. Connection reestablished. I need to finish the download before I can override any systems.
Then you'd better get it done fast, Edie.
No, I don't want a sniper rifle.
Heads up!
I've got it! 41% complete.
Come on, Edith. Speed it up.
Another platform coming in.
Is pointless. Assuming control of this form. I know you feel this.
Oh, that thing's tough.
Edie, get us out of here.
I am simultaneously fighting collector firewalls and 8,000 nodes. I am tasked to capacity.
Here they come again.
Who's down? Everybody's dying. I'm dead. Flip! Flip!
Connection reestablished. I need to finish the download before I can override any systems.
Then you'd better get it done fast, Edie.
Look out. We've got company.
Hostiles!
One left to work.
I'm rubbish with a sniper rifle.
Direct intervention is necessary. Direct intervention is necessary.
Night-night.
41% complete.
Come on, Edie. Speed it up.
Another platform coming in.
Concussive shot ready. Affirmative.
On the floor!
Assuming direct control. I will direct this personally.
Concussive shot would be nice, guys.
Kill one and 100 will replace it.
84%.
Edie, get us out of here.
I am simultaneously fighting
Unity would be good.
over 8,000 nodes. I am tasked to capacity.
Here they come again. Firing a high-impact shot.
You're assuming control. Direct intervention is necessary. Attack. I know you feel this. You cannot stop us.
Come on, somebody hit that thing.
Firing a high-impact shot.
Found that one!
Is that all of them?
Shepard, you must manually re-establish my link to the command console.
How we do that? Straight ahead. Ooh, the collectors are getting freaking tricky.
I've regained control of the platform, Shepard.
I thought we were gonna have to take on every damn collector here.
Perhaps you should consider upgrading my hardware.
Did you get what we needed?
I found data that would help us successfully navigate the Omega-4 relay. I have also found a Turian distress call that served as the lure for this trap. The collectors were the source. It is unusual.
What are you getting at?
Turian emergency channels have secondary encryption. It is present, but corrupted in the message. It is not possible that the elusive man would believe the distress call was genuine.
Why are you so sure?
I found the anomaly with Cerberus detection protocols. He wrote them.
He knew it was a trap? Why would he send us into a trap?
That son of a bitch sent us right into collector hands.
And here I thought I'd had my betrayal and attempted murder for this year.
There has to be some other explanation. The elusive man wouldn't do this to us. He just wouldn't.
Well,
Commander,
he's
we got another
Cerberus.
problem. The collector ship is powering up.
You need to get out of there before their weapons come online. I'm not losing another Normandy.
I do not have full control of their systems. I will do what I can. Sending coordinates for shuttle extraction.
Come on, let's move.
We've got to get out of here.
Around the corner, take the door on your right.
Salvage some technology? Or why do I get the feeling this is going to be a fight?
Keep going. My shield.
Enemy down!
Assuming control.
Gotcha!
Assuming control.
Stay down.
This hurts you. I am limitless. You are bacteria.
Flipping it. I hate harbingers. They don't die so easy. And I definitely need to get myself assault rifle training because at the moment I don't have that.
Assuming control of this fall.
Somebody take out Mr. fucking Donut Brain up there. Ah, fucking terrain elevation.
I got it.
There we go! One left!
Yeah, have a look.
Scoped and dropped.
It's alright, Garrus, no need to get so excited. You shot a collector. Big whoopee doo.
I am opening a door on the far side of the room.
Cheers, Edie. Oh, it's one of them freaky things.
Firing now.
My attack was ineffective. Yes! Firing a high impact shot.
Couple ahead.
I'm dead. Oh.
I am opening a door on the far side of the room.
Somebody just overload that thing.
My attack was ineffective. Concussive shot ready.
Got it. Hostiles to the right.
My attack was ineffective.
Dead. Dead. Right, let's just have a take stock. We've got 5 points here. Singularity's not really going to help, is it?
I am opening a door on the far side of the room.
Perfect! That was ineffective.
Enemies ahead. Taking heavy fire. Firing a high impact shot. This should punch through their armor.
Run!
Stay down.
That was ineffective. Firing now.
Oh, I'm fucking dead again. See you later, Mr. Helgi.
I am opening a door on the far side of the room.
Don't think that's really going to help too much.
Here goes. Attack didn't work.
We needed some heavy weapons.
Incoming.
Could do with overload.
Shields and fails.
Attack didn't work.
It's dead. This time we won.
My attack was ineffective.
Yeah, it's because they're we don't have any heavy weapons.
Edie,
We've got a problem here.
A temporary setback on Firewall 3217. Rerouting commands through Firewall 7164. I have successfully opened a door on the opposite wall. I will keep it open as long as I can.
Down there. That's where we came in.
We must be getting close to the end.
We can use this.
More tech damage.
Look out! And stay down.
Yeah!
I will direct this person.
Enemy down! Gotcha!
Oh, we've got a harbinger.
Direct intervention is necessary.
Here we go!
You cannot sustain your attack. This is what you face.
Come on.
This should slow him down. Heads up!
We are Harbinger. If I must tear you apart, Shepard, I will. Focus on Shepard.
To not focus on Shepard.
Will no pain, Shepard.
Come on, squad. Get up, squad.
Commander, I hate to rush you, but those weapons are about to come online. Might want to double time it, you know, so we can leave before they blow the Normandy in half.
Trying to.
Never saw me coming!
I'm just gonna punch my way through him. Okay. Not good. I'm getting swamped.
Enemy down!
Knock that one! Change weapon!
Understood!
I'm gonna be fighting hand to hand now, so.
We're out of time, Commander. We have to go.
You heard the man. Everybody onto the Normandy. Move!
Go, go, go.
Strap in, people. I'm gonna make them work for it this time.
Get us out of here, Joker.
guy forever, Edie. Get us the hell out of here.
Specify a destination, Mr. Moreau.
Anywhere that's not here.
Very well. Engaging Mass Effect Core.
Suppose that's the one good thing. We are faster than a collector ship. But, saying that,
Call coming in from the Elusive Man, Commander. I figure you've got a few words for him, too.
damn straight we have.
Shepard, looks like Edie extracted some interesting data before the collector ship came back online.
Cut the act. You set us up, and you better have a damn good reason for it.
We needed information on the Omega-4 relay. That required direct access to collector data. It was too good an opportunity to pass up.
Agreed. But I don't like surprises, especially when my ass is on the line.
I put you at risk, yes. But without that information, we don't reach the collector homeworld, and you and every other human may as well be dead. It was a trap, but I was confident in your abilities. And don't forget Edie. The collectors couldn't have anticipated her.
You could have told me the plan. You say I'm important, but you sure try hard to get me killed.
I needed the collectors to believe they had the upper hand. Telling you could have tipped them off in any number of ways. Besides, I wouldn't have sent you in if I didn't think you could succeed.
You have one job. Information. If I can't trust your intel, you're useless to me.
It's never that simple. You of all people should know that.
I know that I'll be a lot more careful. With the collectors, and with you.
This is no time for petty grudges. Things are about to get a lot tougher. Edie confirmed our suspicions. The Reapers and Collector ships use an advanced identify friend-foe system that the relays recognize. All we need to do is get our hands on one of those IFFs.
I was just on the Collector ship. Why didn't you say anything about finding their IFF?
As I said, Edie just confirmed it. Besides, you wouldn't have had time to find and extract it. But we have options. An Alliance science team recently determined that the Great Rift on the planet Klendigan is actually an impact crater from a mass accelerator weapon. A very old mass accelerator. I sent a team to find either the weapon or its target. They found both. The weapon was defunct, but it helped us plot the flight path of the intended target, a 37-million-year-old derelict Reaper. We found it damaged and trapped in the gravity of a brown dwarf.
Aren't brown dwarfs basically stars that didn't quite make it?
Simply put, but accurate. They're gas giants that don't quite have the masses of stars. Expect gale force winds and extremely high temperatures. The Reaper has a mass effect field that keeps it in orbit, likely an automated response to the external threats. It's stable, but I won't call it safe.
I saw what Sovereign did to the Citadel fleet. Hard to imagine anything could stop something that powerful.
This vessel is a relic from a battle waged while mammals took their first steps on Earth. There's no trace of the species that took the shot. Perhaps it was their one moment of defiance before being wiped out.
I only believe you because I doubt you'd repeat yourself so soon.
It's no less a risk, Shepard. We lost contact with Dr. Chandana's team shortly after they'd boarded. Initial reconnaissance revealed no clues, and it was too risky to commit more resources. But now we need that IFF. I'll forward the coordinates to Joker. In the meantime, I suggest you tell your crew I didn't risk their lives unnecessarily. It will make things easier going forward.
Edie, tell the crew to assemble. We've got a lot to talk about.
Of course, Shepard.
So the Elusive Man didn't sell us out. Could have fooled me.
Lied to us, used us, needed access to the Collector databanks. Necessary risk.
He tries something like that again, and the collectors will be the least of his problems. Edie, are you sure this IFF is gonna work?
My analysis is accurate, Shepard. I have also determined the approximate location of the collector homeworld, based on navigational data from their vessel.
That can't be right.
Better run the diagnostics, Joker. Looks like our AI's got a bug in the software.
My calculations are correct. The collector homeworld is located within the galactic core.
Can't be. The core is just black holes and exploding suns. There are no habitable planets there.
Could be an artificial construction. Space station protected by powerful mass effect fields and radiation shields.
Even the collectors don't have that kind of technology.
The collectors are just servants of our real enemy, and we've all seen what their masters are capable of. They built the mass relays on the Citadel. Who's to say they can't build a space station surrounded by black holes? No wonder nobody's ever returned from a trip through the Omega-4 mass relay.
The logical conclusion is that a small safe zone exists on the far side of the relay, a region where ships can survive. Standard relay transit protocols would not allow safe transport. Drift of several thousand kilometers is common, and would be fatal in the galactic core. The Reaper IFF must trigger the relay to use more advanced encrypted protocols.
Just because we can follow the collectors through the relay doesn't mean we can take them out. I don't want to go after them until I know we're ready.
Sooner or later, we need that IFF. I say, why wait?
It's a derelict Reaper. What if the collectors are waiting for us? We may want to build up our team before we take that kind of risk.
The more people we have on our side, the better our chances of success. We need to keep building up the team.
It's your call, Commander. Whatever you decide, we're with you.
We are going to continue building the team. We haven't got half the squad members we need yet.
You had me so worried when you were trapped on the collector ship. Thank goodness for Edie.
The Normandy crew delivered, including you.
You're too kind. We were there to help, but Edie gets the credit this time. The Elusive Man made sure Edie was installed for this mission. Now I see why. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Thane would like to see you down in life support on the crew deck. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be
Thane now wants me to flipping do
Commander,
a
you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Bloody missing for him. Chorburn from the Citadel. I know someone we haven't spoke to recently. We haven't been up to the cockpit to speak to Joker.
So the collectors were once Protheans, repurposed by the Reapers. What a sad end.
Makes you wonder if the Keepers on the Citadel were once something different.
Commander.
I assume everything is going well up here?
It was until the thing started questioning my every move. It won't let anything slide.
You were deliberately falsifying maintenance reports, Mr. Moreau.
Not falsifying, tweaking. I always round up on task times. It makes us look good when we come in under.
Harmless self-promotion. Edie can ease off on that.
Very well, Shepard.
Yeah, go pout. I win.
Joker.
Right. No hard feelings. Good game.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Right, we need to head back to Ilium because we were going to go recruit Samara. We've been heavily distracted by all these crew members needing to talk to me and everything.
Probe launched.
Well, seeing as we're out here,
Probe launched.
we might as well deplete a few more planets.
Probe away. Probe away.
And there must be another planet somewhere.
Probe launched.
Which system were we in? We're over here in Calston Rift. You do not need a sniper rifle. You can have a shotgun and a hand cannon.
Ilium Entertainment would like to respond to complaints about our upcoming film, Blasto the Jellyfish Stings. The Hanar Anti-Defamation Association claims that our portrayal of Blasto insults
How
Hanar
can you
society,
short sell on
going
prefabs
so
after
far
these
as to
human
call it
colonists
exploitation.
They're
We
going
at
to see
Ilium
a ton of
Entertainment
business.
stand by our product, which
A ton of immediate charity business, followed by a freeze as new colony plans dry up. Just watch.
decide whether we have done Blasto justice. And to allow you to decide, all birthday purchases are 30% off.
This might be
Tech-
useful.
Tech damage purchase.
If this is the best you have, I'll make do. But you're certain the neural stimulators are compatible with both my suit and Asari physiology?
Absolutely. In fact, I use this model
There we go. Run away.
Asari building structure resembles Hive. Tall buildings filled with drones. Curious social dynamic. Many queens competing for Hive leadership. Odd feelings around Asari. Unfamiliar. Reminders of old fertility contract negotiations.
Batarian Trading Group has announced plans to sue the Citadel Council.
Right, we know Liara is not here
Part of their caste system.
because she's gone.
Slave trade, the council is violating their cultural rights. The indentured servitude market closed down 3 points.
because she's now Shadow Broker, Liara.
Who is tired of being passed over for promotions because of discrimination against exosuit-wearing employees? Genetic Paradigms invites you to consider environmental adaptive therapy. Our trained staff has a success rate approaching 40%. Come to
You'll never believe what happened. I've got the data. Don't ask, just call it a gift.
The Council thought that Blasto, the first NR Spectre, would play by the rules.
This one has forgotten whether its heat sink is.
Hey, we're friends. I have never called you that. No, but you're thinking about it. You think it was easy?
Blasto, the first Hannah Spectre. Is that the film?
What was your father again? Solarian.
No items available. I don't think we're going to be able to buy anything new.
Shut up. You got the damn star charts? Let's go.
You're sure gateway weapons and armor are good enough for Eclipse?
Yeah, I've got a friend.
What about a fish? She loves the garden. We could add a pond.
She doesn't need a fish, Dad.
Bought a couple of items. Now let's go take a
Why not?
a
Every
shuttle.
Asari has biotics. Might as well use them, right?
We need to go get
I'm telling
Samara
you, relax.
recruited.
Max will never notice a few missing pieces. No, I can't get in. Because it's a crime scene. It's all locked down. Eclipse mercs, some Justicar, I don't know. Nobody is ever going to see the extra merchandise, which is why we're going to be rich.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm taking my goods to Omega, Detective.
You're not going anywhere, Merchant. Not until I solve this murder.
I had nothing to do with that. It was those mercenary thugs you can't seem to get rid of.
The victim was your business partner, and I'm not ruling you out. I'll let you know when you can leave.
What about that Justicar that just showed up? Everyone says she might go crazy and start killing. I need to leave.
She'll only kill the unjust, so I'm sure you have nothing to worry about, Pitney 4. Find me in the station if you need me.
What a face.
What do you want? I've already got mercs wanting to kill me like they did my partner. I don't need any more trouble. As if that weren't enough, some Asari Justicar showed up this morning. All the natives are scared of her. I've got to get off of this world.
Has Samara actually done anything yet?
The Asari say that Justicars are lethal in a fight. And if they so much as smell corruption, they start shooting. The thing is, corruption isn't that hard to find around here.
Tell me how to find the Justicar.
She's in the alley where my business partner was murdered. A detective sealed the area, so you'll have to talk with her if you want to go there.
You don't seem too broken up about your partner's death.
Dagny Kerr knew the risks when he took to spacing. Right now, my worry is me. It's unhealthy to be a Volus in the Nosastra spaceport right now. Especially a Volus named Pitney 4.
Why would these mercs kill him? And why do you think they're coming after you, too?
I have no idea. We're innocent merchants. But they killed him, so they must be after me, too. I have to work the angles and get out of here.
Why do you think it was mercenaries?
Dagny Kerr was cutting through a back alley last night when someone killed him with a shotgun. I saw his body this morning. They'd used modded rounds. That means Eclipse mercs.
You must know something about these Eclipse.
I occasionally do business with them. but only in well-lit places, with my guards. And only after the cred's clear. This is a scummy bunch, even by Merc standards. They sell red sand, all kinds of illegal items, and they are all cold-blooded killers.
I should go.
I wanted to be a Justicar when I was young. Every Asari does, I guess.
Let's talk to the police.
Nice guns. Try not to use them in my district. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for an Asari warrior named Samara.
If you've got a score to settle with Samara, take it somewhere else. I've got more than enough trouble here already.
I need to recruit Samara for my mission. Then we'll be on our way.
Justicars usually work alone, but they are drawn to impossible causes.
Self-correcting policy. Fortunate in our case, of course.
If you're getting her out of my district, I'll get you to her ASAP. She's at the crime scene.
You're letting her into a sealed crime scene?
I'm a cop. I'll work with the Justicar all I can. Besides, she's been looking at crime scenes longer than our two lifespans combined. She knows how to handle herself.
You're awfully anxious to get Samara out of your district.
My bosses want me to detain her. They're worried she'll cause some kind of cross-species incident. But her Justicar code won't let her be taken into custody. If I try it, she'll have to kill me. I have no interest in dying, so if you lure her away with some big noble cause before I have to carry out my orders, I'm thrilled to help you.
Samara would kill a cop? That doesn't sound very just.
She would die defending an honest cop, but she'd fight an army of dirty cops to the death. I admire her dedication, but her presence is still a big problem. I need her gone before I have to carry out my orders.
Your superiors are sending you to certain death for no good reason. You have a right to disobey.
Let's remember that next time Shepard sets us up against impossible odds.
Twice a day, on average.
Most of the time, I'm not being stupid about it. I can't say the same for Anaya's superiors.
I'm a cop and I know my duty. I've been ordered to detain her and I will. Unless I can get her to leave my district first.
How do I get to the crime scene?
It's around the corner. Go outside, take a left. Look for the police line. I'll send word to let you in. Be careful. The local Eclipse mercs have been all over those back alleys lately.
I have to go.
Good luck.
We'd better find Samara before the detective goes after her.
Okie dokie.
Anaya told us to let you through. Watch yourself. There's Merc activity back here. We're waiting on backup.
Get the rest of Bravo Squad prepped. Alpha Squad went after that Justicar 20 minutes ago, and they've gone dark.
We're compromised.
Here we go.
Requesting assistance. Hostile forces have engaged.
Took out the Loki mechs.
Those were my best troops.
Tell me what I need to know, and I will be gone from here. Where did you send her?
You think I'd betray her? She would hurt me in ways you can't imagine.
The name of the ship. Your life hangs on the answer, Lieutenant.
You can kill me, but one of us will take you down, Justicar.
Ow.
What was the name of the ship she left on?
Go to hell.
Find peace in the embrace of the goddess. My name is Samara, a servant of the Justicar Code. My quarrel is with these Eclipse Sisters, but I see 3 well-armed people before me. Are we friend or foe?
I'm Commander Shepard, and I need your help with a critical mission, Samara.
You honor me, but I am in the middle of an investigation.
I need you to help me take down the Collectors.
The Collectors are a worthy foe. I would relish testing myself against them, but I seek an incredibly dangerous fugitive. I cornered her here, but the Eclipse Sisters smuggled her off-world. I must find the name of the ship she left on before the trail goes cold.
I wish you were willing to go with the human, Justicar. I've been ordered to take you into custody if you won't leave.
You risk a great deal by following your orders, Detective. Fortunately, I will not have to resist. My code obligates me to cooperate with you for 1 day. After that, I must return to my investigation.
I won't be able to release you that soon.
You won't be able to stop me.
The human is lost here. Can one of you clarify?
I was trying to convince her to leave with you, but Justicar's in their code.
The detective has been ordered to detain me. I can't force her to disobey an order.
And after a day, Samara fights her way out of custody, killing anyone in her way?
I am afraid so.
There must be some way we can all get what we need.
I see a way. While I am in custody, you find the name of that ship. Do that, and I will join you. Then the code will be satisfied.
This Justicar Code seems quite strict.
It may seem so to you, but this is my oath. The expedient path may be fast and simple. That does not make it the right path.
Can you tell me more about Justicars?
We are individuals who have forsworn family, children, and worldly possessions aside from some weapons and armor. We travel Asari space righting wrongs as defined by the ancient code we have each memorized.
Ilium may be dominated by Asari, but it isn't in Asari space.
My quarry fled to this place. I am sworn to hunt her down, and I will follow anywhere she goes. It is rare for a Justicar to leave Asari space, but I must follow my oath. If I suffer for it, I will accept that.
A moment ago you refused to give up your investigation, but now you'll swear to follow me?
If I stay, I will be compelled to kill many innocents to escape incarceration.
Like me.
I may be killed, and my quarry would be free to continue murdering.
We really need to find the name of this ship then, don't we? Because we don't really want her killing loads of innocents.
To do that, I need the ship's name to track her to her next hiding place. It is a simple choice.
Logical calculation. Slim odds, but possible. Better than impossible.
Do you have any leads?
The Volus merchant Pitney 4 is tied to this. Eclipse mercs are preparing to kill him.
Okay.
Get the truth out of him. He may know a way into the Eclipse base.
Well, I've got to get back to my station. And I guess I've got to take you with me.
Thank you, Shepard.
Hello again, Earth Clan. Did you speak to the detective?
You said you didn't know anything about all this. You've got one chance to change that statement.
What do you mean, Earth Clan? Oh dear. Please put that away. I'll be cooperative, I swear.
Tell me everything.
I smuggled a chemical onto Ilium that boosts biotic powers in combat. It also is toxic. I may have, forgotten to mention that to the Eclipse, so they are perturbed and want to kill me.
It sounds like you're a swindler, and your actions finally caught up with you.
True and true. But I haven't survived as a merchant this long without being able to tell when there's a deal in the making. You want something.
The Eclipse recently smuggled someone off-world. I need the name of the ship she left on.
I don't know about their people smuggling operations. They must keep records in their base. I do have a pass card they issued me to bring my goods in. Well, I had to return that one, but I happened to make a copy. Take it, but be careful. Each Eclipse sister commits a murder to earn her uniform. They are all dangerous.
So am I. So am I.
Enemies in front.
Excuse me.
Any more upgrades?
I'll tear you apart!
Shepard, my scans confirm that the chemical compound will boost biotics. However, concentrated exposure will cause severe tissue damage. I recommend limited exposure.
Firing now.
I'm gonna die! Got stuck against the wall!
Here we go! I'll tear you apart!
Eclipse forever!
Shepard, my scans confirm that the chemical compound will boost biotics. However, concentrated exposure will cause severe tissue damage. I recommend limited exposure.
Careful.
Make X2
Battle
nice!
systems engaged.
Taking heavy fire!
Firing now.
I'll tear you apart!
rearming. You got it!
Change weapon!
Let's have a look. Before we run upstairs, let's go. She's hiding.
Wait, stop! I didn't fire my weapon once. I pretended to because the other Eclipse sisters were watching, but I didn't really shoot. I'm not one of them. I'm new. I thought being Elnora the mercenary would be cool, but I didn't know what they were really like.
You chose your side, Elnora, and you lost.
Screw that bastard and screw you.
Tried to pull a scam on me.
Now what's this?
Oh, I'm not really working with them. I was just pretending to. And then immediately pulls a gun out, so has to get wrecked.
They've seen us.
Authorized for a lethal force. Regaining power.
Yeah, lost shield.
Too toxic for me in there.
Neutralized.
We've been spotted.
Deploying warfield! On the floor!
You know what? My fucking powers are crap.
Enemy down!
Clip terminal, tack. We need one with 2 blue lines, and then we need one with a bit of blue just at the top. That one. That's what we need.
They've seen us.
Please reconsider your aggressive attitude.
I got it!
Collision
Flammable or inflammable. Forget with. Doesn't matter.
rifle is shockingly shit. I think we can all agree. Just switch that rifle back out again. It's rubbish.
We've been spotted.
I'll tear you apart. Here we go.
Not difficult.
I'll tear you apart. You're dead.
Fucking gunship.
One less.
Excuse me. Rerouting power. Okay.
Yeah, let's hide behind the fragile box.
Heavy fire imminent.
He goes. One last. Eclipse. Weakening their integrity.
Well, it's official. Little baby Elnora is finally a full-fledged Eclipse merc. I earned my uniform last night when I killed that ridiculous bolus.
Ooh.
Up close, exploding rounds. Blew the little bastard's suit wide open. I can't wait to see some real action. Next time I go home, my friends are gonna be so jealous.
Yeah, she got took out by me.
Elnora was the killer. Good that we took her out.
Detective Anaya would be interested in this.
They've seen us.
Forces have engaged.
Affirmative.
System
You
failure.
bet.
Warning. Attacking sea
I'm on
trusting
it.
assistant. Allied force casualty. Critical system damage.
gunship above! Trouble ahead. Flammable!
Overload?
Or inflammable. Forget which. Doesn't matter.
Mount that one!
Just the thing to help.
That one hit!
What the fucking hell is it? Credits. Alright, we need to have a bit of a look here. There we go.
This looks like a shipping manifest. It shows the Pitney 4 sold 2,000 units of Minigen X3 to the Eclipse, along with 600 units of red sand.
Not what Samara seeks, but proof that the Volus is a criminal.
I'm sure Detective Anaya would be interested in this.
Let's worry about that after we find the ship name.
It's a Volus. It's a little
I am a
pudgy Volus.
biotic god. I think things, and they happen. Fear me, lesser creatures, for I am biotics made flesh.
I don't know what drugs you're on, but stay back and I won't shoot you.
You will regret your scandalous words. I am a great wind that will sweep all before me like a great wind. A great biotic wind. Yes, the Asari injecting so many drugs into me was terrifying. But then I began to smell my greatness. They may laugh when I fall over, but they don't know what I know in my head. That I know that I am amazingly powerful. Fear me?
Are you part of Pitney 4's trade group?
When I was mortal, I worked for Pitney. Poor soul is probably terrified that I have not returned.
He hasn't reported your disappearance. Probably so his departure won't get delayed.
Pitney picks money over friends. Unsurprising.
Bah! I will wreak a just revenge upon his people. But first, the leader of these mercenaries is in the next room. I shall toss Wasea about like a rag doll.
Shepard, having this incapacitated Volus running around our battlefield could compromise us.
I will tear her apart. My biotics are unstoppable.
Charge.
Charge.
An ill wind blows upon Wasea, captain of
Let
the
him get
Eclipse
wrecked.
Sisters. After me!
Unfortunate.
Let him get wrecked. Oh yeah, baby, I'm gonna take the black. You know what, you can keep the shotgun, Morden.
Everything's gone to hell since we smuggled that filthy creature off-world. First a Justicar shows up. Now you. At least I can take pleasure in turning your head into a pulpy mass!
Right,
Here we go!
Likely the ship name Samara requires.
where's the pudgy little Volus gone? Well, I know one thing. I absolutely wrecked Bitch Face with that, absolutely wrecked her with the, black hole gun. She didn't get up from that, did she? Not been using that a lot. Again, heavy weapons generally haven't taken much of an interest in.
That must be the ship Samara was looking for.
Want to head back now, or look around first?
We've got time. Let's look around some more.
Should we go back to the spaceport main yard?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you for removing the Eclipse threat, Earth Clan. It will take them months to rebuild their organization. Also, merely out of curiosity, when you were poking about, did you perhaps run across a shipping manifest that belongs to me?
We both know this manifest will get you sent away for a long time.
Absolutely, Earth Clan. For the manifest, I'll give you all the creds I made selling the Minigen.
You never know when something like this might come in handy.
If it might change your mind, Earth Clan, returning that manifest would be very profitable for you. If you give it to the detective, her reward will be a pat on the back.
And ultimately, the rewards would be...
If you have something that'll encourage the Justicar to leave, show it to her.
I've got the name of the ship. Your fugitive left here 2 days ago on the AML Demeter.
Shepard, you impress me. You fulfilled your part of the bargain, and I will fulfill mine. I am ready to leave immediately, if that will satisfy your superiors, Detective.
You're free to go, Justicar. It has been an honor having you in my station. And it's nice you didn't kill me, too.
You're sworn to follow a code that dictates your decisions. But I'm running a military operation.
You wonder if I will refuse to follow orders because of my code?
I can't allow that to happen.
By agreeing to follow you, I am compelled to swear the most difficult of Justicar oaths, the third oath of subsumation. After I do, your orders will override the code. You should know, however, that I'll still give you my opinion if the situation warrants.
The Normandy is docked near the main trading floor. I'll see you aboard.
I must be sworn to your service so that I am never forced to choose between your orders and the code.
Ooh.
By the code, I will serve you, Shepard. Your choices are my choices. Your morals are my morals. Your wishes are my code.
Nice. Although she probably doesn't want my morals because
I never thought I'd see a
man
Justicar
doesn't have
swear
many.
enough like that.
If you make me do anything extremely dishonorable, I may need to kill you when I'm released from my oath.
You'll be a great asset to our mission. I'm excited to have you along.
I am glad to hear it. I will fight by your side, kill your enemies, and protect your friends. Shall we return to your ship?
I need to speak to the detective.
Thanks for getting Samara out of my district. I can tell my granddaughters about meeting a Justicar. And you've just upped my chances of living long enough to have grandkids.
This evidence names the murderer. Turns out basic police work isn't so hard. You just have to leave the station.
I'll keep that tip in mind. Now, what have you got there? Interesting. But I can't verify it. It would be inadmissible.
I vouch for Shepard, and any evidence he brings forward.
I accept the judgment of the Justicar. You're not big on the charm, but you get the job done, and I'm old enough to appreciate that. Never heard of this Elnora. Sounds like she was just starting her career. Good thing you cut it short. Okay, enough with all the congratulations. I've still got a spiraling crime rate.
I have proof that Pitney 4 smuggled in red sand and illegal weapons tech.
I'll send in some officers to arrest him and his cohorts. This is a big help, Shepard. I can't do much to thank you, but we do have a small discretionary bounty fund. Take this.
There we go. Although I've got a feeling I was meant to do something else on Ilium.
Studied your profile extensively. With your skills, I think you'll be an excellent addition to our team.
Thank you. From an organization such as yours, that is high praise indeed.
With what we're planning, we need all the experienced people we can get.
We still don't know what we're gonna find when we hit the collectors.
I will be prepared for whatever we encounter.
Where shall we put you?
A room that looks out on the great empty void would be most comforting.
Put her in the observation room on deck 3.
Thank you. I must meditate on the day's events.
Okay. Bye-bye, Samara. Let's look at the journal. Gonna go back to Ilium. But I also need to do some tech upgrades. We've got all the stuff.
Thane would like to speak with you, Commander.
Would he really?
Excuse me, my sources indicate you were in a warehouse recently. Did you by any chance forward a questionable shipping note to a Mr. Thax?
That depends on who's asking.
My intentions are peaceful, and I'll take that as a yes. I'm a representative for Mr. Thax. He's very grateful to you. Please accept this as a gift for bringing the shipping irregularities to his attention.
What happens to the shipping agent who was cheating Thax?
That depends on how sincere her apology is, and how willing she is to correct her mistake.
Do you want help finding the person who cheated Thax?
Thank you, but that won't be necessary. Mr. Thax will be making a series of polite calls. Hopefully a confrontation will not be required.
It was my pleasure.
Have a pleasant day.
Well, it seems like we've just got all the stuff. That was quite an easy mission in the end.
You should try it my way. Look at how the wind's blowing.
Well, I guess it's not like I attacked those colonies. I'm just watching trends.
No new items available. We are done on Ilium. We've done a whole bunch of recruitments.
Sell at 40.
What I probably ought to do is go and have a look now, because I've got all these upgrades. I need to make sure my armor's rocking it. I wonder if we should go back and quickly visit Shadow Broker.
I've set up a few terminals with information I think you'll find interesting. Take a look.
Welcome back, Shadow Broker.
What's this?
That's the old broker's VI assistant. It's actually been helpful with rebuilding the network.
Please let me know if I can organize anything else for you, Shadow Broker.
It also thinks anyone in the room is the broker. I'll play around with the settings later.
My manual is ready whenever you have a moment.
Let's have a look. Investment opportunity. Might be switching up to Kestrel armor then. I like it.
The Turian Council member's mistress has made some unusual purchases lately. She may be expecting to move to a larger mansion.
What does this console do?
This is the video surveillance access point. I've queued up the archive footage you requested on your last visit, Shadow Broker. Arya T'Loak, Omega.
Wow, she blew somebody up.
Emily Wong, Citadel. Fred Mazai, Citadel. Donnell Udina, Omega.
Oh, Udina. He's whoring it up, is he?
Armando Bailey, Citadel. David Anderson, Citadel. Praetor Gavorn. Omega. Kalisa bint Sinan al-Jilani. Citadel.
She got punched by Volus.
Keeper 20. Citadel. Matriarch Atheta. Ilium.
It's that little squishy Volus, mate. He tried to biotic her and got wrecked.
Erdnot Torsk. Tuchanka. Elias Kellum. Citadel. Okir test subject number 317, alias Grunt. Ilium. Thane Krios. Kaje. Justicar Samara. Ilium. Arya Talok. Omega.
Interesting.
Shepard, glad you stopped by. We don't get many visitors.
Take it easy. You've been through a lot.
You're probably right. I never did say thanks for the rescue.
Liara never gave up on you, Farron. I just helped.
I'm still amazed Liara came for me. I'll never forget what either of you did.
I can log that in the archives for you, sir.
I see you met the Secretary.
How are you holding up, Farron?
I'll be all right. I wasn't always strapped into that interrogation chair. Drell can mentally escape into old memories. It came in handy on the bad days.
How many times did the Shadow Broker hook you up to that contraption?
A lot. It gets fuzzy. He made the guards watch, as an example.
What will you do now that you're a free man?
I want to help Liara rebuild this place. But after that...
Your schedule's getting full, sir. Let me sync it to your Omni tool.
No thanks, I'm fine.
How did you and Liara both end up looking for my body?
Cerberus headhunted me and Liara to steal your body from the Shadow Broker. I was working for the broker at the time, and he's the one who scraped up your remains in the first place.
What turned you against the Shadow Broker?
He started working for the Collectors. You weren't their first victim. Was an information trader, not a slaver.
Looks like you've made a friend.
The drone follows everyone. I don't know why the broker kept it around.
I'm a shell for a specialized data processing VI, custom built to your specifications, Shadow Broker.
It helps coordinate the network's massive information feeds, but it could use a different interface tone.
You deemed my default personality sufficient for your needs, Shadow Broker.
I wish it would stop calling me that.
How do you think Liara's doing as the new Shadow Broker?
Operations are almost fully recovered after a slight dip in efficiency.
Ever since we repaired the network, Liara's been glued to the archives. I caught her sleeping at her desk more than once. She's busy, but I think she likes it that way.
For 2 years, Liara didn't stop looking for you. You two must have been close.
She's a good friend. Better than I deserve.
Take it easy, Farron.
Thanks.
How are you doing, Liara?
I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. The Shadow Broker had more resources than you can imagine. Here, come on over. He had top-level access to the Turian and Asari governments. And more than one Solarian Dalatros traded intel. And now it's ours.
You're not gonna turn into a recluse with creepy information on everyone in the galaxy, are you?
I can understand the temptation. I've got all the secrets of the galaxy at my fingertips. Give me 10 minutes and I could start a war. But I've got a purpose. Helping you stop the Reapers. That will keep me honest. You know, relatively speaking.
If you're in over your head, we could just crash this thing and walk away.
That's just it. In a way, I feel like I belong here. Working on my own, I was always hunting for leads. With the Shadow Broker's resources, it's about organizing, cataloging. I've got everything, Shepard. This is a dream job. Although, the location could be better.
Have you found anything useful yet?
The Shadow Broker knew about the Reapers. Perhaps that's why he offered to help prove Saren's guilt to the Council.
He didn't want Saren to succeed.
He also knew that the Collectors were Protheans, repurposed to be Harbinger's puppets. There's even some data on the Protheans. I think he knew what was coming and was looking for a way to survive.
Why was he still looking at Protheans? They gave us the warning and the conduit at Ilos, but we've used those.
The Shadow Broker seemed to think there was more out there. Perhaps the Protheans had other plans. Or maybe he was just grasping at anything that offered some hope.
How's Farron doing?
As well as you'd expect, after 2 years of intermittent torture.
You gonna be okay?
I don't know. He wants to work, so I'm letting him help. Maybe it takes his mind off it.
How'd you know what the Shadow Broker was?
I didn't. I had no idea what to expect when we finally found him. But I researched pre-spaceflight cultures during some of my Prothean studies. I know a bit about the Yogg. There's more on the terminals if you want to look. They're a fascinating culture, and a terrifying one.
You know, I didn't come down here just to talk about data.
I know. We have some unfinished business. But just because we were together before, I miss you. But it's been 2 years. I don't want to put pressure on you.
I've got fond memories of the last time you put pressure on me.
So do I.
Why don't you come to the Normandy for drinks?
I'd like that.
Good. Get your things and come on up.
Okay, thanks. I'll be right there. Just give me a minute.
Gonna give her a tour of the ship. She's put her best drags on.
Did you enjoy the tour?
Yes, it's a beautiful ship. And I ran into Joker. He seemed happy to see me. Although, he did ask me to record any parts of our conversation where my eyes do that freaky black eternity thing.
Of course he did.
I also spoke with Dr. Chakwas. I'm glad she's doing well. I brought you something. It took some digging, but I recovered your tags.
I thought I'd never see these again.
You can't get back everything you lose, but sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah, that was the plan.
How are you actually doing, Shepard? I mean, really. Not what you tell your squad to keep morale up.
Honestly, I'm tired. Tired of dealing with Cerberus. Tired of the Council ignoring me. Tired of my closest friends not believing me?
Yes, I heard about what Ashley said on Horizon. I'm sorry. But their short-sightedness doesn't diminish what you've accomplished. There wouldn't be a man, woman, or child left on Horizon, if not for you.
You know the worst part of it? Cerberus planted intel to lure the collectors there. Horizon was bait.
Those bastards.
They'd have hit another world if we hadn't lured them there, but... Aren't you gonna tell me not to work with them?
I gave them your body, remember? What should I say? And I trust you. You'll stick to your beliefs no matter what Cerberus wants. So tell me what you want. If this all ends tomorrow, what happens to us?
I don't know. Marriage, old age, and a lot of little blue children?
You just say these things. Goddess, you were dead.
I got better.
This time, but you're going to leave again. When your team is ready, you'll leap through the Omega-4 relay. I spent 2 years mourning you. So if we're going to try this, I need to know you're always coming back.
I don't know. That's a pretty big promise to make.
Oh, is it?
Oh, is it?
I'd have to have something special to come back to.
I'm open to suggestions.
How about... this?
Thank you, Shepard, for the drinks and everything.
Come back soon, Liara.
Indeed. Come back soon, Liara. I'm so sad now.
There is nothing more absolute than the oath of an Asari Justicar. You did well getting Samara on our side. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Thane would like to see you down in life support on the crew deck. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander. Thane would like to speak with you, Commander.
We'll go talk to... who? Samara? She's tripping.
Shepard.
What are your impressions of Miranda and Jacob?
Jacob is an earnest young man. Events will either forge him into a great man or utterly destroy him. Miranda is undoubtedly a hard woman. I respect her strength and determination. She carries many burdens and doesn't share them with others, as it should be.
How do you think our mission is going?
Building our forces is a good strategy. However, the time to strike is coming soon.
Do you have any suggestions about using some of the resources we've gathered?
I believe I can use some of them to increase our fuel reserves so we can explore further. Shall I tell you what is required?
Show me what it would take.
Let's talk.
Shepard.
How are you?
I've spent much of the last 400 years on my own. It is nice to have a colleague to chat with. I may be rusty at it, however. If you are patient, I would love to talk.
I'd like to hear more about the criminal you were chasing on Nos Astra.
I hope you will understand if I wish to avoid this topic. It is deeply tied to my code and beliefs. You might say it is personal.
I need to know if this will impact the mission.
It will not.
How much do you know about our mission?
I know that I've sworn an oath to follow you, and that you seek to destroy the Collectors. That is enough for me.
You don't want to know why the Collectors need to be fought?
When you live by a code that compels you to harsh action, you learn the dangers of curiosity. If I must kill a man because he has done wrong, do I really wish to know that he is a devoted father?
What do you think of Cerberus?
I've heard rumors, but learned long ago to form my own impressions. There is too much room for interpretation in the opinions of others.
Why were you willing to work for Cerberus when you didn't have first-hand knowledge?
I work for you, Shepard. Our methods may be different, but our goals are not.
I should get back to work.
It has been my pleasure, Commander.
Right, we've got some fuel upgrades. That's nice to have.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'd been meaning to speak with you, in fact.
Really?
I wanted to apologize. I didn't fully believe you'd be up to the task, and it seems I was wrong. Frankly, based on what I've seen, I wish Cerberus had recruited you earlier.
I wish your people had made the offer.
I looked at your track record as you hunted Saren. I saw the choices you faced. You'd fit in fine here, and we'd be lucky to have you. Too many join us out of simple xenophobia. We need more people here for the right reasons.
I saw your bases years ago. You were using Rachni, Thorian creepers, even husks to make your own army.
The husks were already dead. The Thorian creatures were mindless, and the Rachni were abandoned once we understood their intelligence. We weren't breeding an army, we were breeding expendable shock troops for high-risk scenarios. How many soldiers died in Saren's attack on Eden Prime? How many would have lived if we'd had just a dozen Rachni soldiers on our side?
What was Cerberus trying to prove by experimenting on children like Jack?
A mistake, no question. Not mine. And one that was corrected once we discovered the extent of the experiments being performed.
With your intelligence, you could have landed any job you wanted. Why choose this?
Good question.
Because I still envy the time Morden spent with the Special Tasks Group, working with people as smart as he was. Cerberus never tells me that something is impossible. They give me my resources and say do it. And they've given you even more. A new life, a new ship, the elusive man's personal attention.
The best thing he did was to put you on my squad.
You'd have done fine without me. I may not have believed it before, but I don't have what you do. That fire that makes someone willing to follow you into hell itself. My father got me the best genes money could buy. Guess it wasn't enough.
You always bring up your genetic tailoring. It really bothers you, doesn't it?
This is what I am, Shepard. I can't hide it. The intelligence, the looks, even the biotics. He paid for all of that. Every one of your accomplishments is due to your skill. The only things I can take credit for are my mistakes.
I can't admire your body or your mind? You give your father too much credit. Yeah, he gave you gifts. But you can be proud of what you've done with them.
Oh. Thank you. Perhaps I wouldn't mind if you admired my body.
You wouldn't, huh?
I think I could live with it.
It's only fair. You've had 2 years to look at me. And I was wearing less than you are.
Shepard, wait. I need to think about this.
Scared, Ms. Lawson?
Cautious, Commander Shepard. But interested. Very interested. For now, I should work and think. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, Sarah, you go back to work.
would like to speak with you, Commander.
Yeah, well, Fane's just gonna have to wait.
Fuel at 1/2 capacity.
Was our next mission? We promised to help Jacob.
Launching probe. Probe launched. I have detected an anomaly.
Bastards didn't know what hit him. Coming around for a second patrol, looking for survivors. Bastards didn't know what hit him.
Launched. Something on our sensors.
So we know there's a job there.
Probe launched.
I don't have all the resources in the galaxy.
Probe launched. Anomaly detected.
General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration
Probe away.
BW46.
I have found something.
Right. I'm going to go down and land. I'm going to take Jacob with me and take Grunt. We'll have squad incendiary ammo. Can't level up Grunt, unfortunately.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been for years. Looks like it was stripped after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
Along with this anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
Repeat, toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural...
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by Acting Captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours, following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback. Activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of Acting Captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
Who's in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
Why are you comparing the crash to theoretical speeds?
The Hugo Gernsback was constructed off-world. It is not rated for suborbital descent, and doing so exceeded operational parameters.
Come on, let's get going.
Let's check the ship. My father had the beacon for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
That long? He's got it.
You came? From the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The Hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them, so they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
Charge him up!
On the ground, now!
Get over here!
Those humans were not decaying. They were feral.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
Something is very wrong indeed, Jacob. Where's the wench?
You killed them, but there are more every day. They want to fight, but I just want to go home.
She's lost it. We need to find someone who can make sense of this.
Okay.
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
These friendlies?
Tim, but from the same clan that attacked us.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently. Makes males get violent?
If the males were exiled, they die or get stronger. How else should it be?
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
You certainly seem to have a way with words.
You heard her. I have his face. My father forced the crew to eat. Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
Go away. You are like him. I can't talk to you. I don't want punishing.
What the hell? Somebody had to push them to make that. That's borderline worship.
I think everybody's gone a little bit cray-cray.
Your captain demands hostile forces have engaged. Captain demand obedience. Weapons are forbidden.
Tactics like this are fit for prisoners, not your own clan.
Well, that would make them hate him. But maybe it was just for defense.
Some salvage.
Please, here. You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Think on your own time. What's in there?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
The beacon was fixed after a year, so the plan must have worked. Why no signal?
Those weren't the last entries on the casualty list. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle, or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers, like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out. But they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now. I'm starting to see why.
Does it say why he separated the men and the women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the Hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shepard, I don't see any justification.
We haven't seen any other officers. He killed them?
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing the beacon and keeping people safe. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
It's looking like he only activated the beacon because the men have come back ready to fight.
He let this happen, and now it's biting him in the ass. 9 years. Why didn't he set it right? I need to find this man.
Come on, everybody.
This is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My crew went insane. I only just got free.
God damn it. It's really him.
The old dead are posed. A warning. The new ones were left where they fell.
The hunters started fighting back.
Subdue and suppress.
Incoming!
Careful. I automated my defenses after the crew turned violent. They keep attacking. I had no choice.
He had plenty. Good choices. The latest
Too late! Now you're... Take it!
I got him!
Requesting assistance.
Charge him up!
I'll put them down!
Get over here! Get over here!
Yeah, right on your ass!
Excuse me.
Come on over!
I had to keep them busy, distracted, but it's getting dangerous. Thank God you've come.
He had his fun. Now he wants out. Son of a bitch.
This might be useful.
Heavy pistol damage. Rock on, Tommy. That's what we want. Heavy pistol damage is a good upgrade. So again, as an adept, I'm pretty good at using pistols. More so than assault rifles, actually.
Incoming! You're done!
collision proximity warning. Member offline.
I've got him.
It took years to train my guards. I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me.
Throwing people away. This thing is not my father.
Of course, I have got heavy.
Enemy drone!
I'll put them down!
That's gonna die.
Enough with the toys. I need to look my father in the eye and hear him justify this.
I blew up a ton of stuff there using my black hole gun. Dude's been living here.
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've got to have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I believe you're acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No. Not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
I'm not biting, Captain. At some point, you chose to do this to your crew. You.
What was that moment? I want to know that there was an actual reason.
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
What happened to the other officers?
Anders found his conscience a little late to step back. He had an accident. Things got tense. End of the day, I was the one with the mechs. I got a little basic in setting examples. But I was kind to my people once things settled down. Seemed like I'd earned some peace.
You fought over people like they were toys. Things.
The stores from the ship couldn't last forever. You had to know this would end one day.
Dining for one can really stretch things out. Besides, I can think of a lot worse retirement plans than stripping down and joining the droolers. That was before the hunters, of course. Dumb or not, I'd feel it if they got their hands on me now. They want blood. I'd prefer to keep it.
It's all about you. Everything.
You didn't feel any responsibility to get out of here for the sake of family?
I gave him a good start. He was a smart kid and was better off not following me. We figured that out a long time before I took jobs in deep space. And after things escalated here, it seemed best to just disappear off the galactic map.
Till you needed someone to save your ass.
What triggered the males to change and threaten you?
This planet has some strange cycles to it. I've seen some plants around I never saw before. Odd weather. Maybe some just adapted a little too well.
And if you treat them like animals, big shock. They become animals.
There's no way I'm letting this slide, Taylor. A price will be paid.
How much? What kind of math can balance these lives? His life isn't worth pulling the damn trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
We'll secure him for an Alliance court. For every year here, he'll have 10 to think about it.
Give him all the time in the galaxy. The man who did this doesn't know right from wrong.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I did the best I could.
I'm 10 years past believing that.
Jacob's loyal? Yes, Jacob is loyal.
Alliance ships are inbound to secure Captain Taylor and his crew, Commander. We'll be long gone by the time they get here.
They get as much as a glimpse, and you're restricted to decaf.
Great, may as well serve it in the airlock, you hard ass.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Really? Because given the result, it feels like something you'd have your hands in.
You know very little about me, Shepard. Don't presume to understand my intentions. Cerberus is ultimately about humanity. My people are valuable to me.
Fine. You didn't forward it. So who did?
I did.
Was this supposed to be a favor? Or did you just want to see him squirm?
What he did with it was his own business. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
Oh, Miranda's in trouble.
You had no idea Miranda was behind this?
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shepard. Captain Taylor can rot in prison. Doesn't change who I am or what I know. I've already mourned the man he used to be. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
Come on. We've got work to do.
Aye, Commander.
Aye, Commander.
Thanks for the help.
Anytime, Jacob.
So that'll be my crew, nice and loyal. Well, folks, I have reached the end of today's stream. I'm going to be back tomorrow, carrying on with this game, trying to get it completed so we can roll into Mass Effect 3. I will see you all again then. So for tonight, goodbye everybody. Cheerio. See you soon.